Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bexar County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court plea and motion to revoke probation docket. I have on our docket today, let's see, motions to revoke probation, State of Texas versus Jason Penuelas, represented by Judge Joanne De Hoyos. State of Texas, that would be 412254. State of Texas versus Daniel Baskin, represented by Cornelius Cox, cause 600429. Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion pleas and probation agreements. Cause number 654751, State of Texas versus Roland Alvarado, represented by Ms. Rebecca Brett. Cause 647208, State of Texas versus Clifford Davidson, represented by Mr. Luis Martinez. And 655438, State of Texas versus, looks like Yera Serol, represented by Ms. Alice Warburton. Representing the state is Ms. Alexis O'Connor and Mr. Guillermo Flores. Representing the Bexar County Probation Department is Ms. Susan Gross, who I will swear at this time. Ms. Gross, please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. It is Thursday, 22 July 2021 at approximately 10:30 a.m. At this time, we're going to start with two Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreements. Cause 654751, State of Texas versus Roland Alvarado, and 655438, State of Texas versus Yara Soroli. Ms. Brett, are you ready to proceed at this time?
I am, Your Honor.
And Ms. Warburton, are you ready to proceed at this time? Alice, your microphone is turned off. Alice, can you hear me?
She may be in another Zoom, Your Honor, I guess. She signed on.
Alice Warburton, come in. Okay, we'll take that up when we catch up with Alice. Let's start with 654751, State of Texas versus Roland Alvarado. Mr. Alvarado and Ms. Brett, the first document I need you to identify your signatures on is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. And Mr. Alvarado, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Brett, as attorney for Mr. Alvarado, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. Next document I'm looking at, let's see, is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions, that purports to have Mr. Alvarado's signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights he must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, Mr. Alvarado, is this your signature on this document also, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney. So that in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Brett, as attorney for Mr. Alvarado, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
Mr. Alvarado, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brett, has the state fully
Sorry,
complied with discovery?
I had
rules
to,
on this case?
my computer froze. Can people hear me now?
Alice, are you with us? Alice Warburton,
that?
can you hear me?
Yes, Judge, sorry, my computer was freezing. I don't know why. I heard you all, but you all couldn't hear me. I don't understand
well,
what happened.
Let me finish with this plea and then we're going to take up your plea if that's okay.
No, oh, that's perfectly fine, Judge. I just
All
wanted
right,
to make sure
okay.
I fixed it. Thank
Okay, Mr. Alvarado, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, second offense, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Court accepts your plea of guilty. Hold it in abeyance. Places you on 1 year Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service, DWI education course, DWI intervention, I guess would not be state, DWI victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start mobile home interlock at 4 blows a day, outpatient drug treatment with either the Veterans Administration or a designated VTC provider. No restitution in this case, correct, state?
Correct, Judge.
Okey doke. requiring successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court, issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and the VTC staff. And at this time, Mr. Alvarado, I'm looking at a document entitled Track 1, Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney and the Bexar County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the terms and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brett, is this also your signature as attorney for Mr. Alvarado?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And Ms. O'Connor, as Assistant Criminal District Attorney, is this your signature?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. I think that's what I need. What'd you do in the military, sir?
I was a light armor mechanics,
You were a what now? I'm sorry.
a light armor mechanic.
Did you go to the war?
I served during that time.
Okay, so you weren't in Afghanistan or Iraq?
No, sir.
All right, didn't miss anything. Don't get excited. Ron, what did I miss?
I think you got everything. I think you got everything, Judge.
All right. Welcome to the VTC, Mr. Alvarado. Thank you, Ms. Brett. Y'all are dismissed, and Mr. Moore will get up with Mr. Alvarado today. Is that correct, Ron?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're good. Y'all are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Your
Judge.
Okay, Alice, are you ready to proceed on Mr. Ciroli at this time?
I am, Judge.
And this is clause 655-438, State of Texas versus Yera Ciroli, represented by Miss Alice Warburton. This once again is a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement. Let's see if that's true. Yes, it is. And before we get into this, I'm looking at the paperwork and it says obstruction of a highway. State, is that what he's pleading to, or does it start out as a DWI?
Judge, it's not an obstruction, it's a DWI.
And just DWI first or some sort of other variation?
It's a DWI first, Judge.
Okay, Alice, my understanding is he's going to be required to plead to the DWI first, and I'm going to hold it in abeyance. Is that agreeable to the defense?
I mean, yes, that's fine, Judge.
Okay.
As long as it's track 1, as long as it's track 1, that's fine.
That's my understanding. State, this is a Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and
Right,
probation
Judge.
agreement. Yeah, we're good.
Judge Christian, this is Joshua Childers. Captain Ciroli is active duty. I just want to let you know that before you.
All good. So basically, we're going to enter a plea of no contest. We're not going to enter a plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated. Is that correct, Josh?
Correct, Judge.
Yes, sir.
And Captain Ciroli, are you in the Air Force, the Army, what?
Judge, I'm in the Air Force.
Okay, I've got you. And don't you have some sort of high-end security clearance that we have a concern about at this point?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your current security clearance?
Top secret.
Okay. So back on the record on 655-438, State of Texas versus Yera Ciroli. The first document I need Ms. Ciroli and Ms. Warburton to identify their signatures on is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. Is this your signature on this document, Captain Ciroli?
Yes, Judge.
And is this your signature as attorney for Captain Ciroli, Ms. Warburton?
It is, Your Honor.
The next document I'm looking at, Captain Ciroli, is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonition that purports to have your signature on it, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, ma'am, is this your signature on this document also?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney, Ms. Warburton, so that in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Warburton, as attorney for Captain Ciroli, have you had enough time to go over this case with her? And in your opinion, is she mentally competent?
She is, Judge, and I have had adequate time to prepare Ms. Ciroli's potential defenses.
And Captain Ciroli, are you a United States citizen, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Warburton, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
To the best of my knowledge.
Captain Ciroli, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty, Judge.
We're not using guilty because you're active duty military. So my understanding is the court will, with your permission, entertain a plea of no contest and
That's
hold
correct,
that in
Judge.
abeyance. Is that agreeable to the defense?
It is, Judge.
Okay. Court accepts the plea of no contest, hold it in abeyance, places you on 1 year Bear County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1 pretrial intervention, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start mobile home interlock at 4 blows a day, outpatient drug and alcohol treatment with either the veterans. I don't think you're eligible for veterans. So a designated VTC provider, no restitution in this case, state that's correct.
Correct, Judge.
And successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court, issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. And at this time, Captain Ciroli, I'm looking at a document entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney and the Bear County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the terms and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document, Captain Ciroli?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Warburton, as attorney for Captain Ciroli, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Judge.
And Ms. O'Connor is the Assistant Criminal District Attorney involved in this case. Is this your signature?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, that's what I got. Josh, are there any specific concerns we need to take with Captain Ciroli because of her security clearance level and those sorts of things?
She and I have had multiple conversations about her in the program. At this point, her active duty leadership is not aware of her situation, and she has some concerns that we've addressed. But she's as good as we can have her in the program. Captain Ciroli, when you're done today, I'm going to send you an email about treatment with CatSnip. That's where we're going to send you first. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
And this kind of gets into the arena of you and your attorney's discussions, but normally a command chain, if they're not aware that a service member is charged with a crime and they find out about it, are going to be very angry. So you'll have to get with your attorney and come up with a decision on what to do on all that. But best case scenario, we get through this, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. This case is going to be dismissed. Now, at that point, or shortly before, you need to talk to Ms. Warburton about the possibilities of getting this case expunged, which means it will be completely erased from your record, the FBI's record, the police department's record, all those organizations. Now, if you ever have to go through a security clearance interview, and at some point you probably will, you can't lie. Just tell them exactly what's going on, that you received a pretrial diversion program and it was dismissed. And that's basically what they're going to be at. They're not going to understand what happened is what it boils down to. They're going to be very confused. But that's okay. The ultimate issue is this case, if everything goes well, is going to be totally dismissed by the state. And then you and Ms. Warburton need to immediately pounce on expunging it so it's not on your record.
Yes,
Okay.
Judge. Yeah,
Yes, Judge.
Captain Ciroli and I have discussed at length, the issues with her active duty military and her understanding as to her reporting requirements. And we are going to move to expunge this case as soon as possible. And then my only request would be that if Captain Ciroli has already completed a VIP panel, I think Captain Ciroli may have done those classes, is that she be given credit. So Captain Ciroli, it's important that if you're asked to do victim impact or a DWI education course, if you have already done that because I told you to, you do not have to do it again. Make sure just to give them the certificate.
Will
So,
do.
Captain Ciroli, have you done the DWI education course already?
Yes, Judge.
All right, just provide proof of that to the VTC staff and you get credit for that. Have you already looked at the victim impact panel or gone to that class?
Yes, Judge. I've sent
Great.
both certificates in.
Perfect. Then we certainly will give you credit for that one. Josh, anything else? Any other concerns we need to take up? Because Captain Ciroli is in a very unique position in all this.
No, sir. We've covered everything today, sir.
All right. The ultimate issue, Captain Ciroli, is if anybody ever asks you a question, you got to tell them the truth in the military or they'll fry you. You can get in a lot more trouble for trying to sign somebody on than the original trouble you're in. And your attorney's done an excellent job getting you in with us so that hopefully at the end of all this, there won't be a conviction and you'll be able to just continue your career as normal. Okay?
Yes, Judge. Thank
Thanks
you.
for your service. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you soon. May
bet.
we be excused, Your Honor?
You betcha.
Take care, bye-bye.
Okay,
Your Honor?
yep,
Okay, I've got a message from Cornelius. He is running late. And as far as the paperwork, he wants to wait to confer with the state and his client before signing it, according to him. I have not heard anything other from Mr. Martinez, other than that he was doing the PSI and as
okay,
soon.
well, whenever Cornelius signs in, we'll be happy to chat with him and send him in a chat room with the DA or.
Of course, but I
And
just
we'll go
wanted
from
to
there
let
on
you
that one. All right, so what are we ready on? I've got two MTRs, Mr. Penuelas, 412-254.
No, Joanne is coming in at 11. She's
And Mr.
got
Cox
a,
with Mr. Baskin, and Mr. Cox is not here.
exactly, Your
So
Honor.
basically, we're finished